Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Astuta Rasita Sri Srimati Divine Grace ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Astuta Rasita Sri Srimati Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Ananda Kuri Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Friend Guru Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopina Shyama Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Ki Jai Mathura Ki Jai Navadu Maikudan Ki Jai, Jagannath Puridan Ki Jai, Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Ganges Mai Ki Jai, Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Nittai Gaura Pramanande. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. Oh, glory to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padya Krishna Pritya Daswati Varicita Shamati Sri Krishna Varashita Shri Gaura Karana Sakti Vasita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Vilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tadati Swapadantikam Pandeham Sri Gurun Chayuta Parakamala Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahakana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajina Sadhuitam Savadutam Purijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Param Sahagam Lalita Sri Visakam Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visavana Sita Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakal Pataryogascha Kripa Sundivai Vacha Patitana Bhavanavyu Vaishnavyu Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Siddhis Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as it is chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, text number 24. Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmano Brahmanahutam Brahmaivati Nagantayam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahaviri Brahmano Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahaviri Brahmano Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmapanam Brahmahavir Be my phone. That Navadip book I was reading yesterday is the tough, the last one. You don't want to say? Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina
Brahmapanam Brahmahavir
Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir
Brahmaganam Brahmahutam
Brahmano Brahmanahutam
Brahmaivate Nagantavyam
Brahmaivate Nagantavyam
Brahma Karma Samadhina
Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Hutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahmarapanam Brahmahavir Brahmanahutam Brahmadena Gantaivyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Brahma spiritual nature Arpanam contribution Brahma the supreme Havi butter Brahma spiritual Agno in the fire of consummation Brahmana by the spirit soul Hutam offered Brahma spiritual kingdom Eva certainly Tena by him Gantavyam to be rich Brahma spiritual Karma in activities Samadhina by complete absorption. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Swami Bhakti. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute, and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. Please repeat. The person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute, and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. Purport. How activities in Krishna consciousness can lead one ultimately to the spiritual goal is described here. There are various activities in Krishna consciousness, and all of them will be described in the following verses. But for the present, just the principle of Krishna consciousness is described. A conditioned soul entangled in material contamination is sure to act in the material atmosphere, and yet he has to get out of such an environment. The process by which the conditioned soul can get out of the material atmosphere is Krishna consciousness. For example, a patient who is suffering from a disorder of the bowels due to overindulgence in milk products is cured by another milk product, namely curds. The materially absorbed conditioned soul can be cured by Krishna consciousness, set forth here in the Gita. This process is generally known as yajna, or activities, sacrifices simply meant for the satisfaction of Vishnu or Krishna. The more the activities of the material world are performed in Krishna consciousness or for Vishnu only, the more the atmosphere becomes spiritualized by complete absorption. The word Brahman, means spiritual. The Lord is spiritual, and the rays of his transcendental body are called Brahmajyoti, his spiritual effulgence. Everything that exists is situated in that Brahmajyoti. But when the Jyoti is covered by illusion, Maya, or sense gratification, it is called material. This material veil can be removed at once by Krishna consciousness. Thus, the offering for the sake of Krishna consciousness, the consummation agent of such an offering or contribution, the process of consummation, the contributor, and the result are all combined together, Brahma, or the Absolute Truth. The Absolute Truth covered by Maya is called matter. Matter dovetailed for the cause of the Absolute Truth regains its spiritual quality. Krishna consciousness is the process of converting the illusory consciousness into Brahman, or the Supreme. When the mind is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, it is said to be in samadhi, or trance. Anything done in such transcendental consciousness is called yajna, or sacrifice for the Absolute. In that condition of spiritual consciousness, the contributor, the contribution, the consummation, the performer, or the leader of the performer, and the result, or ultimate gain, everything becomes one in the Absolute, the Supreme Brahman. That is the method of Krishna consciousness. Can I say? A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. So Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is the way to transform everything, turn everything into spiritual. The environment is spiritual. The articles which are offered is also spiritual. The person who is doing the offering is spiritual. And the person who is directing the performance of this activity is spiritual. Because everything has connection with Krishna, the Supreme Absolute. And the Prabhupada said, everything in this material world plus Krishna, that is Vrindavan. That is spiritual. The things are considered material when they are separated from Krishna. It's material. The moment it has connection with Krishna, it is a different thing altogether. It is transformed. Completely transformed. We have seen that even in our own practical life. We have seen that in our own practical life. Coming to Krishna consciousness, so many things in the mind. There's so many things. There's no clear vision or clear understanding. But all that confusion and the contradictions and the bewilderment and whatever is speculations and misunderstanding. With all our contaminated consciousness and everything material. We want to plug into the current of Krishna consciousness. It's a different thing. It's different altogether. Just like when you put a wire into electric current, the current is going to flow through. If it is iron, if it is wire, the current will pass through. Similarly, because we are spirit souls, coming in connection with the Supreme Spirit Soul, there is naturally a transformation. Naturally. A transformation. And everything else which is material will become adjusted also. So Prabhupada said this is a process. This is a process of a Krishna consciousness, that everything can be used in Krishna consciousness. Everything can be used because everything belongs to Krishna. There are various activities in Krishna consciousness, and all of them will be described in the following verses. But for the present, just the principle of Krishna consciousness is described. A conditioned soul entangled in material contamination is sure to act in a material atmosphere, and yet he has to get out of such an environment. How to get out? How to get out of material. Material solutions cannot solve the material problems we have. It cannot. It doesn't have the power. Otherwise, our powerful scientists will have found solution to all the problems that we're having, because they're trying, and they're really working very hard. They're trying. They're working very hard. Day and night they're trying. in different ways. Through mobility, now you can move very, very fast. In his vision, we have, yes, glass is there. Whatever, if it is health, there are a lot of medication, varieties of medications, all available. Everything, if it is something to put on, there are varieties. So our scientists are really trying. They're working seriously, very, very hard to make sure our problems are resolved. But just see. Just those days to send a letter from here to a different town, it will take months. It is going to go to a different country, a year. Now in 1 minute, right? In 1 minute, it is there. So they are trying. They're trying. And we have created also a machine that they can take thousands of kilometers. Thousands of kilometers. And it's going to the sea 1,000 kilometers above the sea level in the air. With so many things inside. It's flying. So they are trying. And a lot of varieties of medicines and heavy machines are making to keep this body. If you go to the gym and you see the kind of machines which are available for this body. Varieties. And they are improving it. They're improving, seriously. At the same time, with all this advancement of technology, our anxiety is going down. Our health is improving. Our health is improving. I'm wearing glass after 50 years. Today, they are 3 years old to be wearing glass. And I'm going to wear till this body finishes. What technology? Like you go to a supermarket now, they are ready-made food. Ready-made food. That it takes only 3 minutes to make your meal. Just 3 minutes. Instead of spending hours to come and select the grains and see that no sign. Machine can do that. You just put in the pot, 3 minutes. It's ready. What is the quality of the food? What is the quality? We are simply eating chaps, not food. It's chaps. So if you watch carefully, you will see that people go to hospital these days than 50 years ago. And the number of deaths that is taking place today is more than 50 years ago. Therefore, looking at the situation very carefully, we cannot say that we are making advancement material. So material solution can never help our material problems. I told you to keep the book on the phone. Our material problems can only be resolved by spiritual solutions. Therefore, when one comes in contact with the Christian consciousness, when everything comes to Christian consciousness, there is a natural transformation. Natural transformation. Rupa Swami told us, pure devotional state brings immediate relief from material anxiety. Immediate relief. That's the first sign of Christian consciousness. Immediate relief. Just like when one walks into from the hot sun, you walk into a cool air-conditioned room. Christian consciousness is like that. The soul feels relief. And check carefully, people are giving a testimony. The moment you walk into the environment, you feel the difference. Yeah. Then you get smiling faces that goes to your heart to greet you. They really welcome, not a plastic welcome, not a plastic one, not a cosmetic one, but original, pure. The love because it flows from the hand that see a beautiful soul is coming. It is in spiritual environment that you get that. That's where you get it. So the process by which the conditioned soul can get out of the material atmosphere is Krishna consciousness. This is Krishna consciousness. And to make it very more simple, for us just to see that Krishna is constantly thinking about our welfare. We may not see it. We don't see it because, first of all, we are very ungrateful. And secondly, there's too much tension in our head that even when we see something, we don't really appreciate it. We don't see that something is happening. But a many example we can give to prove that Krishna is constantly thinking about our welfare. Constantly, not sometimes. Constantly, Krishna is thinking, how can the living entity become relieved from the miseries the material entity is giving to us? Otherwise, our scientists are making us to think that the struggle to undo the misery material entity is giving is civilization. It is not civilization. It is not advancement. Struggling for existence is not civilization. It's not a relief. It's a struggle. And look at the word struggle. Struggle means what? Activity. The moment one is engaged in activity, you cannot have peace. Means what? Passion. Activity means passion. A passionate person cannot have peace. Only in goodness they won't have peace. So Krishna is constantly thinking about our welfare. Every moment Krishna is thinking. Example. In those days, if you want to take the spiritual life, what do? Abandon your wife, your family, your house, your prosperity, your property. Abandon everything, give up everything, and go to the forest. That was the process. You see, that's the culture. And people go on pilgrimage, never to return back to the house. Of course, these days people that go on so-called pilgrimage and returning back to the house. But pilgrimage, you don't have to return back to the house. Pilgrimage, you continue. You continue, and then from there back to Swarga Loka. That is the process. But these days people go to so-called pilgrimage, they return back to the house. It's a failure. Because nobody wants to undergo the challenges after that. So these days, Krishna look at our situation, how our situation is so tense, in miserable anxiety, confronting everyone at all directions. So you don't have to go to the forest now. Krishna has devised different way that you sit in a house and practice what you're supposed to do in the forest. And you chant Hare Krishna in a house. You don't have to go to the forest to chant Hare Krishna. You don't have to go to Himalayas to chant Hare Krishna, to practice anything. Right in the house, right the way you are in the house. Everything is complete. The deities are there. Before, to have deities, it's a Brahmana. You would have no right to have a deity. It's a Brahmana's duty. It's a Brahmana's. Kshatriyas, Vaishya, Sudra, no access. You cannot read Bhagavad Gita. Only to hear it from when you are fortunate that sadhus will travel and enter the king. And then he will speak the scriptures. So you look at Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, originally Bhagavad Gita were given to the saintly kings, not in the street. Bhagavad Gita is in the street, right in the street. Hare Krishna devotee taking Bhagavad Gita in the street. That was not there before. Now it is available. Right in the street. Krishna is coming to meet us. Hare Krishna. Open the door. Is Hare Krishna devotee? He's telling me, oh, I have something wonderful to give you. Oh, wonderful. Nice. So you have Bhagavad Gita to read in the house, in the office, in the street, in the house. Bhagavad Gita is available. The holy name is available. The deity is available. Prasadam is available. This is Krishna's costless mercy and the constant arrangement, his plan to make sure he finds ways to introduce himself, to penetrate ourselves, to give up himself so we can have access. So nobody can say, I don't have opportunity. I don't have opportunity to take to Krishna. He has done everything. Everything. Everywhere in the world, you go today, you see devotees chanting Hare Krishna in the street. Everywhere in the world. This is Krishna's costless mercy that is making himself available for everyone. For everyone. So it is our own part to make ourselves available to receive the mercy Krishna is giving. The materially absorbed conditioned soul can be cured by Krishna consciousness as set forth here in the Gita. When we offer to Krishna is condition, is material. What we offer to Krishna is material thing offered to Krishna. But what Krishna brings back is spiritual. It is spiritual. The one take prasadam, you feel blissful. Our sins are destroyed, completely destroyed. And if you continue, everything to come, our simple activity to come to nil, completely nil, zero. And our full Krishna consciousness is realized. So we simply have to continue, just to continue with the process. Just continue without stopping. Matter dovetail for the cause of the absolute truth regains its spiritual quality. Yes. Yes. Because everything originally came from matter. Like it can come from spiritual. Everything originally came from spiritual. And then connected back to spiritual, it will become spiritual. We have been a spiritual entity undergoing material experience. Taken to Krishna consciousness, we regain our original Krishna consciousness. You go back again to the original state. We being eternal servant of Krishna. In the spiritual world of Krishna, serving him in all countries, all situations. So the process is wonderful, very, very wonderful. And we have to follow that process. Follow this process very nicely. And our life will become very, very successful. Today is the disappearance of Srila Jiva Goswami. Time for us to hear something about Srila Jiva Goswami. Want to hear? Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada Ki. Very, very, very important. Very, very important. For big acharyas. some common contemporary Sanskritists call Srila Jiva Goswami the greatest philosopher and scholar who ever lived. The youngest among the 6 Goswamis, followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Jiva Goswami was the youngest but most prolific writer among the Goswamis. He wrote an astounding 500,000 Sanskrit verses, about 25 books. His books prove that Sri Chaitanya's philosophy gives the essence of Vedic wisdom and the perfection of religion. Gopal Champu, Sasandarabas, and Harinam Vyakarana are 3 of his most famous works. And Srila Prabhupada said, "My mission is to develop the glories of Srila Jiva Goswami all over the world. And I think you should cooperate with my honest endeavor." You should cooperate with his honest endeavor. Every year we do parikrama. Every year we do Navadip parikrama. Every year. It was introduced by Lord himself, the Supreme Lord himself. He introduced it. And the first parikrama devotee was Jiva Goswami. He started the parikrama. So the mentality for parikrama is exemplary. And it's very important for us to hear it. Sri Jiva Goswami hears about Navadip Dham from Navadip Parikrama. Mahatmya, Navadip Parikrama Mahatmya by Srila Bhakti Thakur. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, the moon of Navadip and son of Mother Sachi. All glories to Nityananda Rai, the Avadut. All glories to the topmost Dham, Navadip, where Sri Chaitanya advented. Whatever benefits are attained by residing in all other Tiritas can be achieved by staying in Navadip for only one day. Listen, O saintly people, as I sing this description of Navadip Parikrama, referring to scripture. The statements of Shastra, the words of the Vaishnavas, and the teachings of the Lord are, these 3 are my life. Taking shelter of these 3, I will describe the rules for circumambulating Navadip. Listen, everyone. Are you listening?
Yes.
Thank you. When Sri Jiva Goswami was a young man, when Sri Jiva, as a young man, left his home in Chantadvip, in great eagerness, he cried out, "Nadia, Nadia!" This is the mentality going to nowadays. So we're thinking about that place. We're thinking that place. Nadia, Nadia, is what he's thinking. He has not reached there, but his man is already there, thinking the importance of that place. He's already chanting the glory. As he traveled along the paths, he lamented with tears flowing from his eyes like streams. "Oh Gauranga, Nityananda, you are the life, the living entities. When will you show mercy on me and give me your darshan. Jiva Goswami is thinking. This is his consciousness. This is his consciousness in his mind. Going to a holy place. This is the mentality to keep in mind. Yesterday we were discussing. We have been doing something for many years. Many years doing something. But the result is meager. The result is meager. What is responsible for that? What is responsible is our attention we give to what we're doing is meager. Our attention is meager. Therefore, the result is meager. Look at the attention Jiva Goswami is teaching us. His mind is fully focused where he's going. His body is where he was, but the mind is where he is going. See the difference? And he's expecting, what is he expecting there? In Nadia, what am I going to meet? I'm going to meet Nityananda. I'm going to see the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's in the mind. So he's praying to the man. He praying to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. You are the life of the living entities. When will you show mercy on me and give me your darshan? Again and again he exclaimed, Oh Naradi, took most of all dharmas. When will I see you? It was a startling sight to see the young, attractive form of Jiva, who was practicing extreme renunciation. His heart was always full of ecstatic love as he traveled along. Then, after some days, he arrived at Navadvip. Seeing the city from a distance, he offered his dandavats. Just like Akura did. Akura did the same thing in Krishna Lila. Jiva Goswami did the same thing. This is the process. And going to a holy place, what to be the consciousness, the teaching. He offered obeisance from a distance. Seeing the city from a distance, he offered his dandavats and nearly lost consciousness. After some time, he regained his composure and, trembling in ecstasy, he entered the town of Navadvip. Jiva Goswami Prabhupada ki. When he came to Barakona Ghat, he asked, Where is Nityananda Prabhu? Please let me see him. One devotee saw the elevated emotional state of Jiva Goswami and offered to take him to where Nityananda Prabhu was staying. At that time, Nityananda Prabhu in great ecstasy began roaring with laughter on perceiving that Sri Jiva was coming to him. Sri Nityananda Prabhu already knows that the devotee is coming to see him. They are connected. Spiritual connection. Yes. They are together. As Nityananda ordered his servant to bring Jiva there, many Vaishnavas went to call him. Upon seeing Jiva, whose body was filled with ecstatic symptoms, they could understood his identity. Filled with love, someone came forward to reveal the order of Nityananda Prabhu. Just on hearing the name Nityananda, Jiva fell to the ground unconscious. After a few moments, he got up and exclaimed, "Oh, I am greatly fortunate. Though the lowest of men, I have received the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu." Offering his downwards to those devotees with a glad heart, he said, "If you all show mercy to me, then I can get the mercy of Nityananda." This is the verdict of scriptures. To get the mercy of the Lord, how do we get it? How do we get the mercy of the Lord? The mercy of the Lord comes from the devotees. The Lord's mercy is not with the Lord, it's with the Lord's devotees. If you want the mercy from the Lord, you get it from the devotees. So if the devotees who are to give us the mercy are disturbed by activities, how will we get it? The mercy of the Lord is not with him, it's with his devotees. So Jiva Goswami is teaching us this principle. And this has been our tradition throughout history. This is our tradition. All true. This is the culture. This is the only process. It is not otherwise. Seeing the good fortune of Jiva Goswami, some of the Vaishnavas took the dust from his feet on their heads with great celebration. Then they all took him to Nityananda's place. Nityananda was surrounded by devotees as he spoke about Krishna. Seeing the transcendental form of Nityananda, Jiva's body was transformed with extraordinary emotions. "What a wonderful form I am seeing today!" He exclaimed and fell unconscious. Swayed by great compassion, Nityananda lifted Jiva Goswami up and accepted him as his own. Jiva was overcome with emotion. He stood with his hands folded and began to speak to his Lord. "You are the form of the universe, the abode of the universe, Balaram. Being an insignificant living entity, what can I know of your qualities? You are my eternal master. I am your servant. My only aspiration is the shade of your lotus feet. That person who receives your mercy easily attains the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and drowns in the water of prema. Without the mercy, no one will get Gora, even if he worship Gora for 100 lifetimes. Sometimes Goranga may punish somebody, but he will protect him. But if you punish somebody, God will never accept you. Therefore, Lord, only on the strength of my past devotional activities, I take shelter of your lotus feet. Be merciful and give permission that I may receive the darshan of Gauranga and gain attachment for him. When Gauranga came to Ramakeli and accepted my uncles, I was a young child. At that time, my eyes filled with tears. I saw Gauranga's form, which since then always appears in my mind. He saw the Lord once, but the Lord took his heart. Or he took the Lord and kept him there. He locked him there. He locked him there in the heart, that he never forgot him as a child. He saw Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu once, and he's captured, so capture the image and left it there. This is seeing. When they say seeing, this is what it means. I see in that cloth, I don't see you. That is not seeing. seen, and even if I close my eyes, already there. Sometimes I've captured the image. This is the process. I felt an offer of obeisances at Goranga's feet, and I became filled with happiness as I touched his body. At that time, the Lord told me to study the scriptures, and after finishing studies, go to Navadip, where I will attain everything at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Although I am insignificant, I took that order on my head and acquired as much knowledge as I could. But though I studied all the books in Chandra Bigpa, I could not get a suitable Vedanta teacher. You understand? The order of the master should be taken on our head. Taking on the head means you were executing it as a meaning. You take the order of the Lord on our head, means we're executing the order. Not hearing and forgetting it doesn't make sense to us. That is not following. That's not a disciple. A bona fide disciple would take the order very seriously and execute it. Dhira Swami said, and this has been the process. In our scripture, this is what we see. Peter Maharaj took the order for the Lord on his guru, who taught him the Kumaras. That's his guru. They taught him. They gave him the order. He took the order and he made his success. In Prabhupada, he took the order of his guru and they said he made his success. At that time, the Lord told me to study the scriptures. And after finishing studies, I should go to Navadvip, where I will attain everything at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Sorry. He did. He studied the scripture extensively. And after studying that, he came to Nityananda. Navadvip. Although I am insignificant, I took that order on my head and acquired as much knowledge as I could. But though I studied all the books in Chandradvip, I could not get a suitable Vedanta teacher. So much thing, listening to the nectar, listening. The Lord ordered me to study Vedanta and reveal Krishna Bhakti, conforming with the Vedanta Sutras. So I have come to Navadip to your lotus feet. Whatever you order, I will obey. Whatever you order, that's a disciple. By your order, I will go to Jagannath Puri and study Vedanta under Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Nityananda Prabhu, the Supreme Lord knows everything. So he knows everything. He knows everything is perfectly arranged for devotees. Everything is perfectly arranged for the devotees by the Lord. Everything. Please try to understand that. So, Lord Nityananda Prabhu told him, upon hearing the sweet word of Jiva Goswami, Nityananda Prabhu embraced him and, unable to contain himself, began weeping. The ecstatic love for Jiva Goswami. This is how it works. From the Lord come to the devotee, from the devotee come to the Lord. It's always like that. That is the flow. It's not one-sided. When you become the recipient of Krishna's mercy, that's what happens. Nityananda Prabhu is weeping to see his devotee. Yes, pure love. How do you feel when the student demonstrate all what they are teaching to you? How do you feel? The student demonstrating all that you are teaching, demonstrating it in a place. How do you feel? Yes, ego will rise. In my class, none of my students fails in my class. That is the quality of my teaching. This is me. I'm not there. If everybody fails, like I'm not there. It works. It works for a teacher. That's ego is good for a teacher. It's good for a teacher because you raise the mind of the student very high. You say, I'm a teacher. I remember one of teacher. Only when you come to Christian consciousness, you see false ego is a contamination. As a Christian consciousness, that is the height. Yes, that's the height. So the teacher came to the class. I don't know what kind of student that is. Should I use cutlass to dig your head into two and load this knowledge and close it back? What do you want me to do? When I was writing my exam, the examiner came and looked at my papers. He shouted, "Why are you wasting this boy? Just give him the certificate to go away from this place." You think, is it true like that? But we took it seriously. We took it very seriously. We were looking at each other. See, demigod. Swami's direction. Worship their lordships Radha and Krishna. And thoroughly discuss scriptures such as Vedanta. You should preach that Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost scripture and the natural commentary of the Vedanta Sutras. Previously, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy on Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and explained Vedanta to him according to the Bhagavad tradition. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then taught this carefully to Madhusudan Vachaspati in Puri. On the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Madhusudan Vachaspati now reside in Varanasi. Go there and meet him. Externally, he acted like a traditional Vedantist, and many followers of Sankaracharya studied under him. Gradually, however, he gives them mercy by teaching them the precept of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, through the Vedanta Sutras. At this time, there is no necessity for a separate commentary on the Vedanta Sutras, for the Bhagavatam explains all the sutras. When there would be need of another commentary, Sri Govinda Bhashya will be revealed. Everything has been arranged, planned for the devotees. Along with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Gopinath Acharya had the Lord's commentary. Gopinath Acharya is going to come in our line. So the Lord have already arranged everything. Gopinath Acharya is a son-in-law to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He's a Pandit. He will take birth as Baladev Budebhushana and he will conquer Jaipur with his philosophical commentary. In Jaipur, he will serve Gauranga by writing the Govinda Bhashya and thus free all living entities from material bondage. Your two uncles, Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis, will tell you all these confidential topics. Upon hearing Nityananda Prabhu speak, Jiva Goswami began weeping and fell to the ground unconscious. Nityananda Prabhu then bestowed his mercy on Jiva Goswami by putting his two lotus feet upon his head, thereby giving him spiritual strength. Jiva Goswami then began dancing in that assembly of Vaishnavas while chanting, Jai Sri Gauranga, Jai Nityananda Rai. Witnessing this display of Nityananda's mercy, Srivas Thakura and the other devotees present all began dancing and chanting. Sri Gauranga, Sri Nityananda. The play resounded with great spiritual vibration. It is not mentioned here. Srivas is envious. It is not mentioned here. Srivas Thakura became envious. He is happy, joyful to see a devotee making advancement. A devotee is happy to see another devotee make advancement. One who does not feel happy upon seeing a devotee make advancement is not a devotee. It's a rascal upstart. And Prabhupada said, Upretya, he should be rejected. It's because he's an ordinary person. Envious people are not devotees. One who is not happy seeing a devotee making advancement, not a devotee, is to be rejected. It's an ordinary person. A devotee is happy to see other devotees making advancement in Krishna consciousness. A devotee will facilitate other devotees' progress in Krishna consciousness. One who is envious means what? He is not making advancement. Therefore, he is envious. Envious people are ordinary people. They are not devotees. Upretya should be rejected. They should be rejected. They are already rejected by the Lord. Here, Srivas and other devotees, upon seeing the blessing Nityananda Prabhu has given to Srila Jiva Goswami, they are dancing, they are celebrating the success of other devotees because they themselves are successful devotees. After some time, Jiva Goswami controlled his dancing, and Nityananda Prabhu had him sit down nearby. Jiva Goswami stayed at Sriva's place. Jiva stayed at Sriva's place, but in the evening, he again came to see Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu was sitting alone, singing the glories of Lord Gauranga. Srila Jiva Goswami came forward and fell at his lotus feet. Nityananda Prabhu was very particular to make Jiva sit very close to him. Jiva Goswami, however, became very aware of his own miserable condition. He folded his hands and said, Lord, be merciful to me, and described the essential truths about Navadvip Dham. Now Nityananda Prabhu said, Oh Jiva, I will tell you everything, but you should keep these deep topics within your heart. Do not broadcast them here and there just yet. They will be propagated after Lord complete his manifest pastimes. This Navadvip is the base of Dharma. Crossing over the Viraja river and the Brahman effulgence, beyond the Vaikuntha planet, one comes to a Svetadvip, Sigoloka. Penetrating further, one comes to Gokul Vrindavan, or Krishna Loka. That Krishna Loka exists in two states of emotion. Rasa expands there in the form of Madhurya and Udarya, sweetness and beneficence. Udarya exists within Madhurya in fullness, and Madhurya exists within Udarya in fullness. But in that place, where Madhurya is the chief state, is known by fortunate persons as Vrindavan. And that place, where Udarya is eternally predominant, is called Navadvip in all the Vedas. There is no difference between Vrindavan and Navadvip. Only the different manifestations of rasa makes them distinct. The Dham is eternally perfect, fully spiritual, and unlimited. Those whose intelligence is tinged with the dull matter cannot approach there. But under the influence of the Lahadini Shakti, the energy governs bliss. The living entities give us material parts, and by the strength of perfect knowledge, attain their eternal spiritual activity or devotional service. The whole of Navadvip is a spiritual manifestation. For at this holy place, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu performed his transcendental activities. People with material vision see Navadvip as made of material elements. For them, Maya covers the external Dham. Actually, Maya does not exist in Navadvip, for it is not a material place influenced by time. Nor are the living entities the subject of material troubles. But as the living entity becomes bound by his fruitful activities under illusion, he perceives the Dham to be a material place. Thus, I have related to the truths of Navadvip Dham, O Jiva Goswami. Please consider all this with a pure heart. Yeah, question. Yeah, this is a, that's how a question should be. That's how a question should be. A question to be universal. To be universal. Loka Mangala. So, just thank you for reminding me about our acharyas. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He took devotees of Parikrama, like Jiva Goswami, following the footsteps. Lord Nityananda Prabhu took Jiva Goswami Parikrama as a beginning, and it has been going on since then. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur took devotees of Parikrama, his disciples, and they came to one place in India, in Vrindavan. Sesa Sai, Sesa Sai, Sesa Sai. In last year, Kartik, we took devotees also to Sesa Sai. And this place, Bhakti Saraswati took the disciples there. And they camp somewhere. So the Guru tested the disciples. So he told them, so now we have come to this very holy place. Please go and take darshan. Go and take darshan of the deity, Sesa Sai. Is Lord Vishnu lying down. In this temple, see Lord Vishnu is lying down. The mighty Lord lying down, with all the demigods surrounding him. So immediately, the devotees ran. Guru's order, go and take darshan. And that is what people came for. They ran. They went there. But Bhakti Saraswati didn't go. And two people didn't go. They stayed, three of them, they stayed back. So the devotee went and came back. Bhakti Saraswati Thakur. He came for class. Did you have darshan of the Lord? Yes, Gurudev. We did. So nice. Very nice darshan. No interruption. He asked the question again. I was asking if all of you have gone to take darshan of the deities and you saw the Lord. Yes, yes, Gurudev, we went. In fact, on what we were thinking, oh, maybe you would have chastised me if I didn't go. Guru is happy that I went to have darshan. So they felt happy that they went. Then Bhakti Saraswati Thakur said, did you see the Lord? Yes, yes, yes. Very good darshan. We saw the Lord. So the last question was, you have the eye to see the Lord? Do you have the eye to see the Lord? Did you see the Lord? You have the eye? Which eye do you have to see the Lord? Then everybody became cool. Everybody became cool. Which eye do you have to see the Lord? Darshan means darshan. Darshan doesn't mean seeing the deity. Darshan means that I can communicate with the Lord. But if you have communication, there is communication. You saw the Lord. The darshan. This communication. If I come to visit you, we'll not talk? Yeah, we'll talk. Have some exchange. That is darshan. So he told them, you are all neophytes. The Guru brought all of you here. He asked you to go and you go. You are a fool. If you want to see the Lord, you have to stay with the devotee of the Lord. Two people didn't go. Who are these people? Yes, Bhakti Swami is like, oh, he didn't go. He stayed with his Guru. And Bhakti Saraswati secretary is Sarabha, he didn't go. Only two people didn't go. The remaining people didn't go. They didn't see. Those two who stayed behind, they saw what they did. They have darshan. So in Jagannath Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in only one place. For the whole years he stayed in Jagannath Puri, and he goes to Jagannath temple every day to see the Lord. Only one place he stands. Only one place, not two. Only one place. Garuda Stamba. Garuda Stamba. Where Garuda is. In the temple there is always a Garuda. He is a carrier of admission. She's always in the temple. You put Garuda there before now. Think is it? Yeah, that's where it should be. That is perfect. Thank you for giving with Garuda. That is how it is. In every temple, all the big temple you see Garuda is there. So Chaitanya will always stand by Garuda. He never stand in one place for two reasons. He never spoke about it. He never spoke. The spiritual masters, they are not limited to only words. They can teach us in many ways for those who are ready. Many ways they can teach us. Standing in only one place has two meanings, two reasons. He is Srimati Radharani, so he doesn't want to see Balaram or Subhadra. He see only Jagannath, who is Krishna. One reason. Second reason, Garuda is a devotee. He's teaching us. If you want Krishna to see you, stand by Krishna's devotee. When Krishna will see his devotee, he will see those who are there with the devotees. That is hard to see. You see through the eye of those who have eyes to see. That's the way to see the Lord. That is called darshan. Make sense? Did I answer your question? Thank you. That is the way to do it. We should act in such a way that the Lord will see us, not that we should see the Lord. Let us behave properly, that the Lord will be attracted to see us. That is how to see the Lord. I take devotees of Parikrama every time. So we always educate devotees. Do what is real Parikrama. Be humble. When some devotees say, let me go and see first and go before some people come, so they will impede them and say, what will you see? That is false ego. You cannot see. Follow devotees you can see. If you are with Krishna's devotees, Krishna will see his devotee, he will see you. So what Chaitanya was teaching was that every day in Jagannath Puri, he stands by Garuda, the devotee of Krishna. Now Prabhupada did that. Stay with the devotee. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita City is key. Prabhupada is key. Swami Prabhupada is key.